All right, tonight I'm going to run a historical race reenactment. So last week I ran the 86 Valleydale 500. I wasn't too impressed with some of the pit road mistakes and stuff, so I'm going to run this race again, only I'm going to do it in 1990 for the 1990 Valleydale Meats 500. So quick look at the starting grid. Here's Terry Labonte in the number one, Rick Mast in the number two, Dale Earnhardt, of course. Hopefully, Dale Earnhardt gets taken out early because he's pretty tough to race against in this car set. Ernie Irvan, Ricky Rudd in the Levi Garrett. So he's with Hendrick there, but they hadn't gotten Tide on board yet. Tide was still with Darrell Waltrip in 1990. There's Mark Martin. He finished second in this race in real life. Alan Kowicki, Bobby Hillen, Bill Elliott, Derek Cope, Jeff Bodine, Mike Alexander, Morgan Shepherd. There's Daryl in the Tide Ride. This is a car I'm going to be driving. This is Chad Little. Chad Little didn't make this race. He qualified 33rd, but they only allowed 32 cars in the race. So I'm going to be Chad Little because I like Chad Little, and I've always kind of liked this Bullseye car. So this is a car I'm going to be driving. I just got to remember not to look for a number and instead to look for that Bullseye logo when I'm coming down pit road. Rob Moroso, Dale Jarrett. So this was Dale Jarrett's first race in this car. It was Neil Bonnet, but Neil Bonnet got injured in an accident at Darlington. So Dale Jarrett was, at this point, he was just filling in, but he eventually takes over this car till 92. Ken Schrader, Brett Bodine, Rusty Wallace in the 27 MGD car. Davey Allison, he's the winner in real life. Michael Waltrip. So this was the day after he had that horrible wreck at Bristol when he hit the that gate off turn 2 and it just completely tore the car in half. So this was the very next day he got out of that car and he's like, "Oh, another 500 laps at Bristol? Yeah, why not?" I don't know how these guys did that, going through such horrific accidents and then just racing the next day. Phil Parsons. So this was Harry Gant, but Harry Gant was his dad had just passed away, so he was with his family, and Phil Parsons drove the car for him in this race. Kyle Petty, Richard Petty, Jimmy Means, Jimmy Spencer in the Heinz 57 car, Dick Trickle, J.D. McDuffie, Dave Marcus, Rick Wilson, Sterling Marlin, Butch Miller, and this car didn't quite look like this, but it's the only 98 Butch Miller car I had for this set. And that's it. All right, so this is the exact same track that I did in the 86 Valleydale 500. Doing 100%, 500 laps. There's going to be 33 cars in this race, 32 that were in the actual race, and then me and Chad Little's car. Doing the same opponent strength, 101%. Realistic, full pace lap. The big difference here is the weather. So the 86 race was cloudy and like 60 degrees, and so the tires were just frozen on every restart. Here with the clear weather, the tires will get up to temperature a lot faster. They'll still be a little slow on the restarts, but not as bad as it was in that 86 race I ran last week. And I'm just using the qualify fast setups. So yeah, I made this track. It's just the default Bristol track. Basically what I did was I just took the default Bristol. I installed AI line mods, Bristol AI, so that they could use the pit roads independently. And then I deleted all the objects around the track and then just started kind of rebuilding it. I actually figured out how to do these wall graphics too. So I made my own wall graphics, put in new grandstands. Let me see if I can. Let's see, we'll follow JD McDuffie. Yeah, so like this little silo, this came from Watkins Glen. And I just got a whole bunch of stuff from other tracks to make it look like Bristol looked back in the mid 80s and even in 1990 it looked pretty close to this. These billboards came from I-70. This scoreboard came from Pocono. This hill right here came from Watkins Glen Turn 1. So in that wreck with Jimmy Johnson where his throttle stuck and he went straight in the wall, if he were to keep going, he would end up going up this hill. And then oops. Yeah, on this side, this press box is from Dover. This hill is from Hillside, the fantasy track. And this sign is from Pocono. And then I got a bunch of like these tree graphics from other tracks. So it's basically just, it's the default Bristol. It's still even concrete. It just looks like asphalt. But I put in a whole bunch of different objects from other tracks, like default tracks and PWF tracks. All right, let's go to qualifying. Probably gonna qualify pretty close to last, I think. I don't think I'll be last, but maybe like 28th or 29th, something like that.
Okay, here comes your first time lap. One more lap. All right, there's the checkered flag.
How'd I do? 25th. All right, that's much better. I don't think I made the front stretch pits. I think I'm still going to be on the back stretch. Let's see. Okay, yeah. I'm like the third pit stall on the back stretch. All right, 25th is pretty good. I've been qualifying right around 28th through 30th. So that's a little better. But really, I mean, just got to take care of the car, man. I think this first run will go for a while. But once there's one caution, then there's probably going to be a few in quick succession. So hopefully I just stay on the lead lap until the first caution, and then I can just kind of stay in the back and navigate through wrecks and let the leaders wreck themselves out and stuff, and then I'll be in a much better position for the second half of the race. That's the plan. We'll see how it goes. All right, here we go.
Drivers, start your engines!
See, the tire temp's already 145. At the start of the race, they always start warmer. When you get tires on pit stops, they'll be down at like 90 degrees, something like that. Which is still better than them being down at like 78 in that 86 race. And they'll warm up a lot faster in this race with the clear weather. But I'm still going to be slow on the start just because I like to start in second gear and the AI will start in first. But if anything, it just gives me a little bit of a buffer.
Green flag, green flag. Green, green, green. Car outside.
That 15 car is pretty fast. I think that's Morgan Shepherd. I kind of want to just let him go. I don't like him following so close to me.
Clear. Car outside. Still there. Clear. Car outside. Clear outside. Outside. Clear outside.
Okay, he fell back a little bit. All right, I think my car will be a little faster than the AI once the tires wear a little bit. So I'm just gonna kind of chill right here. So there's no one directly in front of me, no one directly behind me. But the leader is coming, so you can't stay back here too long. Uh-oh, something happened to... Terry was behind me last time I looked in the mirror, and now he's gone. I wonder if he had a mechanical failure or something. That 70 car is going to be slow the whole race. Bill Parsons getting spun.
We got trouble in turn 3.
No caution.
Outside. Clear outside. Outside. Clear outside. Outside. Clear. Still there. Clear. Car outside. Clear
Little
outside.
squirrely off the corner there.
Outside. Still there. Clear.
think I'm gonna let the Motorcraft car go by.
Car inside. Clear inside.
Oh, Rob Moroso just blew up. It's a free spot.
Here comes the leader. Here comes the leader.
All right, Mark Martin is the leader. He's right behind me.
Here comes the leader. Here comes the leader.
Come on, Daryl.
Here comes the leader.
Oh, Mark just hit me.
Clear outside. Car outside.
Just bumped me a little bit.
Still there. Clear. Here comes the leader. Outside. Clear.
All right, the 15 just had some kind of problem. Leader didn't get by me though, so I'm still good.
Outside. Still there. Clear.
I'd really like a caution right now. I don't see Mark Martin behind me anymore.
Outside. Still there. Still there. Clear. Outside. Clear outside. Outside. Here comes the leader. Clear.
All right, looks like Bobby Hillen is right behind me, and then Mark Martin. So I've got a one-car buffer back to the leader.
yellow flag is out. Let's
Okay,
go.
good.
Race back to the line. Pit road is closed. There's an accident on the back straight. You got a slow car down low. Okay, we're under caution. Catch up to the end of the pacing line. Stay behind the 2 car.
All right. All right, I'm pretty much the last car on the lead lap. So I'm going to make sure I get all caught up here, and then I'm going to pit. I think I could have pit that last time, but I'm going to go around one more time just to make sure. No pit road mistakes. All right, I should be good pitting right now. Yeah,
Keep it
okay.
to 35. Keep it under 2,500 in seconds. The pace cars in turn 3.
All right, look for the bullseye.
The pace cars in turn 4. The pace cars on the front straight. The pace cars in turn 1.
That's all the front stretch guys going by.
Come on, you guys. The lug nuts wouldn't go on right. Go, go, go. The pace cars in turn 2. Okay, you're clear of pit lane. Sorry, buddy. I know you can make it up on the track. Stay behind the 8 car. Stay behind the 10 car.
Where is the 10 car? All right, that worked out perfect. Stayed on the lead lap. I'm the last car on the lead lap, and I'm in 15th. Looks like we got some guys on the tail end. No, maybe not. Okay, perfect. All right, I'll be starting last on the outside line. And we're already down to 30 cars. Yeah, so it'll be 2 even rows of 15. And I'll be last on the outside. That's the best place to restart to try and avoid wrecks, because I have a feeling there may be a few wrecks in quick succession here. And I want to make sure I keep the car clean for the second half of the race.
Stay on the outside line. Stay behind the 8 car on the outside line.
So your tire temps are a little lower now, but still not above 78. So the tires aren't too bad. All right, just take it easy. Give it a couple laps to sort out. I don't want to be getting involved in any wrecks this early in the race. I mean, we're not even to lap 100 yet.
Get ready now. Going green. The pace car's in. Green, green, green.
Okay, they're wrecking.
The yellow flag is out. Let's go. Race back to the line. Pit road is closed. We got a wreck in turn 1. You got a slow car ahead. Okay, we're under caution. Catch up to the end of the pacing line. Stay behind the 8 car.
All right, looks like the 15, the 52, and looked like Bill Elliott was involved in it too. I don't see him.
Pit road is now open.
All right, I'm gonna pit again.
Keep it to 35. Keep it under 2,500 in seconds. The pace cars in turn 3. The pace cars in turn 4. The pace cars on the front straight.
Man, and by staying on the lead lap, pit road is so much clearer because I don't have guys all lined up in every stall. Like trying to get around Michael Waltrip in that 86 race was a real pain.
Go, go, go! The pace cars in turn 2. Keep it to 35. Keep it under 2,500 in seconds. Okay, you're clear of pit lane. Stay behind the 42 car.
All right, same strategy. I'm just gonna chill back here. Last car on the lead lap. Hopefully we get some more wrecks like that. Get some more damaged cars and hopefully knock some more cars out of the race. Make the race a lot easier in the second half. Let's see. Yeah. Yeah, no one got knocked out in that one, but
Green next time by. Okay, we're on the lead lap. Stay on the outside line. Stay behind the 42 car on the outside line. Get ready now. Going green. Pace car's in. Green, green, green!
all right, they're going 3 wide there. All right, I think they got it mostly sorted out.
Car outside. Still there. Clear outside. The yellow flag is out. Let's go. Race back to the line.
Oh, okay, big wreck
There's
up
an accident
here.
in the pit.
Derek Cope flip in.
Got one stopped up high. Okay, we're under caution. Catch up to the end of the pacing line. Stay behind the 5 car.
All right, I think that should knock Derek Cope out of the race. And Ernie Irvin was stuck up there too, but he's running again, so. Little pit road, fisticuffs here. Guess I can pass him.
There's an accident in the pit. Pit road is now open.
All right, I'm going to go around again just to make sure I'm all caught up. Okay, Mark Martin pulled out in front of me here, but I shouldn't be a lap down. Can I pass him?
Stay behind the 6th car.
Okay. Yeah, okay. I'm going to pit this time, and I'll come out on the at the end of the lead lap. Our last car on the lead lap.
Keep it to 35. Keep it under 2,500 in seconds. The pace cars on the back straight. The pace cars in turn 3.
Now I'm pitting with all the lap down cars, and you got cars all over pit road. I got to get in around Jarrett here. Just take it easy.
The pace cars on the front straight. The pace cars in turn 1. Go, go, go! Limits 35. Keep it under 2,500 in seconds. Okay, you're clear of pit lane. The pace cars in turn 2. Stay behind the 17 car.
By the way, there was no pit road speed limit back in 1990. So I'm not sure how to change that. I think you would just change the pit road speed to like 100 or something in the track files, but I don't know what that would do to the AI behavior on pit road, so I haven't even tried messing with it.
Next time by. Okay, we're on the lead lap. Stay on the outside line. Stay behind the 5 car on the outside line.
All right, I'm up to 13th. Where's Rusty? Rusty's on the tail end, it looks like. And Michael Waltrip knocked out of the race, along with Derek Cope.
Get ready now. Going green. The pace car's in. Green, green, green!
Okay, JD McDuffie is wrecking right here. No caution. All right, no caution. And we got Ricky and Phil Parsons kind of on the apron. All right, we got it all sorted out. All right, Ernie has some engine damage. It's not too bad, but he's a little slow on the straightaway.
Outside.
Little loose.
Car outside. Still there. Clear.
Earnhardt up in the wall here, trying to get around the 70 car.
Outside. Clear outside. Outside. Still there. outside. Clear outside.
Someone going down pit road. Wasn't sure if they were going down pit road or if they were going to come back on the track there. High there. Watch out for Kyle.
Outside. Clear outside. Outside. Clear outside.
All right, my car is looking a little better on this run. I think that might be partly due to getting fresh tires on the last caution. Some of these guys might have stayed out, like Ricky Rudd. And so he may not have as fresh of tires as me. Maybe Rudd just got hung out because he's right on Kyle's bumper and Kyle is now tailgating me.
flag is out. Let's go. Race back to the line. Pit road is closed. We got trouble in the pit. Inside. Clear inside. Inside. Okay, we're under caution. Catch up to the end of the pacing line. Stay behind the 70 car, past the 42 car.
All right, I'm still on the lead lap.
Pit road is now open.
How many guys are on the lead lap? 11? All right, I'm gonna pit next time because I would rather start at the tail end of the lead lap cars than start in like 8th or whatever, just to be extra cautious on the restart. So I'll just pit with all the lap down cars. All right, I'm looking pretty good. Up to, or I think I was running 8th.
You're in first.
Oh, okay, 5 bonus points while people are pitting. All right, I'm coming down pit road this time. Nope, that's the... Yes,
Keep
this
it to
is
35. Keep it under 2,500.
stupid pit road. I wasn't sure what straightaway I was
the
on.
Cars in turn 3.
Where's the bullseye? Here we go.
The pace cars in turn 4. The pace cars on the front straight. Go, go, go! The pace cars in turn 1. Keep it to 35. Keep it under 2,500 in second. Okay, you're clear of pit lane. Stay behind the 25 car.
When I saw Kulwicki coming down, I was like, wait a second. Because I figured Kulwicki was pitting on the front straightaway, but I guess he is pitting on the back straightaway. Unless he went down the wrong pit road. Had me kind of confused for a second.
Green next time by. Okay, we're on the lead lap. Stay on the outside line. Stay behind the 3 car on the outside line.
All right, I gave up 3 spots, but I'd much rather give up those 3 spots and have a little safer restart than have Kyle Petty all over my bumper going into turn 1. Especially if people are going to wreck some more. So I'll just take it easy. I'm on the lead lap, so I'm in a good spot.
The pace car's in. Green, green, green! Car inside. Clear inside.
Yeah, tires a little cold. And in that last run, I didn't even care, like, the leader is coming.
Clear. We got a wreck on the back straight.
No caution.
There's an accident in turn 3.
All right, no caution. All right, so on that last restart, there was one of those incidents where it didn't bring out a caution. But even then, the leader never went back around and caught up to me, so I think I'll be all right here.
Outside. Still there. Clear outside. Outside. Still there. Clear. Car outside. Still there. Clear.
Sliding the tire going into turn 3 a lot.
comes the leader.
Shit, that was quick.
Here comes the leader. Outside. Clear. Outside. Clear. Here comes the leader.
Okay, I really need a caution.
Here comes the leader. Here comes the leader. Here comes the leader.
Spotter is not going to shut up about it.
Here comes the leader. Car outside. Clear outside. Here comes the leader.
Oh, McDuffie's in the wall. Irvin's on the apron. Martin is right on my bumper.
Car outside. Still there. Clear outside. Here comes the leader.
This is super dangerous. Trying to hold off Mark Martin here. But him being right on my bumper.
Car outside. Here comes the
Oh,
leader.
what the hell is Kyle Petty
Yellow flag
doing?
is out. Let's go. Race back to the line. Pit road is closed. We got a wreck on the back straight. Car inside. Outside. We got trouble in turn 3. Clear outside. You got a slow car up high.
Okay.
Okay, we're under caution. Catch up to the end of the pacing line. Stay behind the 42 car.
Nice. And I stay on the lead lap. All right, I think we knocked a lot of guys out of the race. Hopefully,
Pit road is now open.
I'm just gonna go around. Hopefully, if we didn't knock Mark Martin out of the race, hopefully he got some damage because he's definitely the fastest car, and he keeps coming around trying to lap me. I haven't seen any other leaders behind me except him, so need to get him knocked out of the race so I can stay on the lead lap. I think I saw Kulwicki
You're in first.
was at the top of the racetrack, stopped, and it looked like Phil Parsons in the 33 was upside down or something. I don't know. I didn't really get a good look at it. I was looking in my mirror at Mark Martin and just trying to avoid it.
Limits 35. Keep it under 2,500. In second, the pace cars on the back straight. The pace cars in turn 3. We'll give you 1.5 cans of fuel. The pace cars in turn 4. The pace cars on the front straight. Go, go, go! Yes, we nailed that stop. Great work, guys. Limits 35. Keep it under 2,500. In second. Okay, you're clear of pit lane. Stay behind the 42 car.
Can I pass the 15?
Stay behind the 15 car.
Okay. Okay, yeah, Mark Martin's out. Good. That just made the race a whole lot easier. Oh yeah, a bunch of guys went out in that one. Let's see. Yeah, we're gonna be down to like 20 cars. One, two, 3, 4, 5, 6. I think there's only 19 cars left in the race now. All right. We're just coming up on halfway.
We're going green next time by. Okay, we're on the lead lap. Stay on the outside line. Stay behind the 42 car on the outside line.
And Rusty is on the tail end. All right. Let's see. Yeah, I think we're down to 19 cars. All right, now I can really take it easy because I don't think Bill Elliott's going to come around and lap me. And I think Earnhardt could, but he's damaged now.
Pace car's in. Green, green, green. Inside. Clear inside.
The 98 car was pitting. Get the tires up to temperature.
Car outside. Clear outside.
Okay, someone's wrecking. Two cars wrecking.
Let's go. Race back to the line. Pit road is closed. We got a wreck in turn 2. There's an accident in the pit. You got a slow car ahead. The next car is the leader. Car inside. Clear. Okay, we're under caution. Catch up to the end of the pacing line. Stay behind the 98 car.
Looked like there was the 9 and the 98.
Pit road is now open.
All right, I'm gonna pit.
Keep it to 35. Keep it under 2,500 in seconds. The pace cars on the back straight. The pace cars in turn 3. The pace cars in turn 4. We'll give you 1 can of fuel. The pace cars on the front straight.
See, I don't like how the
turn 1. Go, go, go! Limits 35. Keep it under 2,500 in seconds. Okay, you're clear of pit lane. The pace car in turn 2. Stay behind the 26 car. Limits 35. Keep it under 2,500 in seconds.
Got it, spotter. Thank you. All right, there's 258 laps to go, and I've got 258 or 191 projected. Okay, so I'm gonna have to get more fuel again. Looks like probably half a can or a can. So since the car was already pretty full, I guess they just gave me 1 can. But sometimes the crew chief will try to do their own fuel strategy, and then it'll cut it really close. And I don't want to be running out of gas on the last lap. So I got to pay attention to that and make sure I just fill it up at some point, so I have plenty of fuel. All right, are there any lead lap cars behind me? No. Okay, there's only 8 cars in the lead lap. I'm in 8th. Only 19 cars left in the race. I'll have to check out that big accident after the race in the replays.
We're going green next time by. Okay, we're on the lead lap. Stay on the outside line. Stay behind the 26 car on the outside line.
And on the long run, I think I'm a little faster than Davey, so I might be able to get up there at some point. Still a long way to go, though.
The pace car's in. Green, green, green! Inside. Clear inside. Car inside.
Cold tires, car just not turning. Man, these two are going really slow.
Car outside. Still there.
What's up with Richard? He's not getting down the straightaway like he should.
Clear outside.
Who is in this car? Is this Rick Wilson? I think this is Rick Wilson. Patient. Get out of the way, bro. Alright, Dale Jarrett has caught up to us. This freaking Rick Wilson here is holding me up. Oh, and Petty's all damaged.
Car outside.
Come on, guys.
Clear outside. Car outside. Clear. Outside. Clear. Leaders at the start-finish line. Now.
All right, I got about a quarter lap. And he's going through those slow cars now that I had to get around. So I should be able to make up a little time here. All right, 11.94. A little bit. 11.77.
Still there. Clear. Car outside. Clear outside.
All right, I had gained some on Allison, and now I'm losing it again. Allison's a little faster than I thought he'd be. On one of those earlier runs, I was faster than him, or I was racing around him. But I might have had a little fresher tires than him on that run, 'cause this one looks pretty even. Now that we're in clear traffic. Darrell Waltrip's getting into Mike Alexander here. No need for that.
Outside. Still there. Clear outside. Outside. Clear. Outside. Clear. Car outside. Still there. Clear Still there. Clear outside.
All right, I think
Car outside. Clear.
I think we last went green on like 245. I think it was right before halfway. The car's getting a little, I gotta pay attention. I think it's been about 80 laps. We may have some green flag pit stops here in like 30 to 50 laps, maybe? And there's a, okay, so, ooh, almost hit the wall. Damn it, I'm trying to think about fuel mileage here or pit strategy. I'd like to only pit one more time. What's half of 250? 125. So if I can wait to pit to lap 375, then I can do it on just one more pit stop. I should have enough gas to make it that far. All right, it says I had 102 projected. So I easily have enough gas. It's just a matter of tires. Check the tire. Tires look pretty good. You know, even sliding the tires going into turn 3 a whole bunch, the tires seem fine. God. I think I see a couple guys on pit road. All right, Daryl is starting to catch back up to me. You got to pay attention. But I want to stay out until at least 375. and I'm not sure when the AI will pit. I mean, but if the AI pit before 375, okay, Earnhardt just went on pit road, then it may be best to just pit and stay with them so I don't lose too much time. All right, well, I'll make sure everyone else pits before I pit. Just in case a caution comes out or something. And as these guys come out with fresh tires, they're more likely to go run into a slow car. So we could get a caution here if Earnhardt wants to run somebody over. But yeah, the lap times have slowed down quite a bit. You know, that 2 car right in front of me, he just came off pit road and he doesn't look that much faster than me. I mean, not like at Rockingham or Darlington or pretty much anywhere else. But some of these guys who are pitting, they may have pit on like the caution before last. Is Kyle Petty still out here? All right, I think that's Davey behind me. And he's looking pretty fast. I wonder if he's already pit.
Inside. Clear inside.
Yeah, he's definitely already pit. So he's short pitting it. I mean, I'm losing a lot of time to him right now. But it's looking like it may stay green. So I'm thinking if I wait, if I pit at 375, I'm not going to have to pit again. And I'm going to have fresher tires than him for like 75 laps or something. So I'm staying out till I get to 375. Boy, he's just so much faster though. He's making up way too much time.
Outside. Clear outside.
All right, he's getting held up by Kyle Petty now a little bit. That's good for me. Okay, now he's just going around Kyle Petty.
Clear.
Whoa. All right, tires are pretty worn out. And I don't think they look too worn out, but starting to really lose some grip. I can stay out 12 more laps. All right, Dave Marcus has fresh tires here. I'm gonna let him go.
Outside. Still there. Clear outside.
Kyle Petty still hasn't pit. So I think the guys who pit on the last caution, including me, are still out there. Oh yeah, the tires are not good. All right, 5 more laps.
outside. Clear outside. Inside.
My bad.
Clear inside.
Sorry,
Car
Mike.
outside.
Oh man, my car is toast. I need to
Still there.
pit.
Clear.
All right, next lap, I think. All right, one can. No, I just fill it up. We're getting 4 tires. Just fill it up. Came down the right pit road. That's good.
We'll fill you up. Go, go, go! Limit's 35. Keep it under 2,500 in seconds. Okay, you're clear of pit lane.
All right, cold tires, cold tires. No caution, no caution.
Outside. Clear.
Boy, Kyle Petty still hasn't pit. All right, this is pretty dangerous here. Just never know when they're going to try and come down pit road.
Clear outside. Car outside. Clear outside.
All right, where am I at here? 2 laps down to Rusty. Those guys haven't pit yet.
Outside. Clear.
Watch out for these slow cars on old tires.
Leaders pitting now.
All right, I'm pretty sure I'll be a lap down because Davey Allison short pitted. Okay, Daryl's pitting. The hell out the way. Okay, Richard is already pit. He was just getting held up.
Race back to the line.
Man.
There's an accident in the pit. Here comes the leader. Got one stopped up high. Got one stopped up high. Okay, we're under caution. Catch up to the end of the pacing line. Pit road is closed. Stay behind the 43 car.
All right, Rusty is out. See, I wanted to stay out just in case that happened, but the car was not driving very well. I had to come in and pit. But Rusty looked all busted up.
We can't pit this time by. We're not on the lead lap.
All right. I got sweat on my glasses. Alright, can I pit this time?
Limits 35. Keep it under 2,500 in seconds. The pace cars on the back straight. The pace cars in turn 3. The pace cars in turn 4.
I mean, in theory, I could stay out there and get on the tail end of the lead lap and try and get my lap back, but I don't think that's a very smart move. And hope for a quick caution, but it looks like it may go green the rest of the way. And there's hardly any cars left.
Keep it to 35. Keep it under 2,500 in seconds. Okay, you're clear of pit lane. The pace cars in turn 2. Stay behind the 71 car.
All right, I'm just one lap down. That's good. All right, it looks like I'm pretty much locked in a top 5, unless I do something stupid.
We're going green next time by. Okay, we're on the lead lap. Stay on the outside line. Stay behind the 94 car on the outside line.
I don't think I'm on the lead lap, bro. Is he saying I can go up there? If they black flag me for passing under caution, then this track is broken. It's my track, so it'd be my fault.
Green, green, green!
All right, cold tires.
Still there. Clear. Car inside. Clear. Car inside. Clear.
Who is that? Rick Mast?
Car outside.
Let me in here, buddy.
Still there. Clear outside.
All right, Dale is a spot. Bill Elliott's really slow. Davey looks really slow. I'll bet. I'm wondering if Davey pit.
Outside. Here comes the leader. Still there. Clear.
I wonder if Davey pit under that last caution. But then the spotter said, here comes the leader. Oh, let's see here. Oh, okay. All right, I passed Davey, so now I'm technically back on the lead lap.
Here comes the leader.
All right. Yeah, I guess Davey was just stuck on the outside because he looks pretty good. I'm not even going to fight him.
Inside. Clear inside.
He'll run me over. So I guess Brett Bodine and Sterling were on the tail end of the lead lap. Davey was the leader on that restart. So Brett Bodine and Sterling have taken off. And me and Earnhardt, we were a lap down, but we got around Davey, so we're back on the lead lap. And Ernie Irvin is catching up to me. My car does not feel as fast this run so far. I mean, Davey just took off. And so did Earnhardt. Car's feeling a little tight. All right, looks like I'm catching Earnhardt now. All right, and I've pulled away from Irvin. I'm catching Earnhardt. So it looks like maybe I just needed to get some laps on my tires. And I'm thinking Waltrip might be a spot as well. I need to check. No, okay, Waltrip's not a spot.
Outside. Clear outside. Car outside. Still there. Clear outside. Outside. Clear outside. Car outside. Still there. Clear outside.
There, 43 to go. I don't know that I can catch Sterling Marlin. He's up there in front of Davey.
outside. Clear outside. Outside. Clear.
All right, I'm pulling away from Earnhardt a little bit. To go.
Outside. Clear. Car outside. Clear.
Bill making that a little harder than it needed to be. All right, like 10 to go.
Outside. Still there. Clear. Just 5 more to go.
All right, Earnhardt is catching me a little bit. Just got to keep him behind me these last couple of laps. All right, is this white flag? White flag.
White flag. 1 more lap to go.
All right.
There's the flag. It's over. Great job, buddy.
4th. No, I missed my pit.
The race is over. Come on in.
All right, all right.
Keep it to 35. Keep it under 2,500 in second.
Did I finish on the lead lap? No, I was a lap down. Okay. All right, export. This is 90 Bristol. Save 90 Bristol. All right, so Davey Allison wins it. Brett Bodine second. The only two on the lead lap. Marlin was third. I got fourth. Earnhardt fifth, and Morgan Shepherd, Earnhardt fifth. Morgan Shepherd sixth. And then only 17 cars finished the race. Most of those went out in the same accident, I think, with Mark Martin when he went out. That was about halfway. That really changed the whole race. I mean, at that point, Mark Martin had been on my rear bumper for like 20 laps or something. And so I was about to lose a lap. And then there was a huge wreck. Mark Martin got taken out in it. And the race just opened up a lot after that and was so much easier not having as many cars out there. And then Rusty Wallace and Mike Alexander got into another wreck towards the end. And, I don't know. The caution came out before everyone had pit. I think for that last pit stop, I'm pretty sure if there had been no caution, I would have come out and been a lap down. But having fresher tires by like, I don't know, 40 laps at that point than Davey Allison, I might have been able to catch back up to him. And I don't know if he would have had to pit again. So maybe I would have finished in front of him. But Kyle Petty, he was in the same boat. So me, Kyle, and there was Rusty Wallace was also in the same boat, but he was in the accident that knocked him out. All right, I gotta say, I'm pretty proud of that race. This has been one of my goals to try and run a whole Bristol race without getting any damage. And I never got any damage. I never gotten any incidents, and I don't even think I hit the wall. I feel pretty proud about that because it is so hard trying to get through one of these races without any damage, especially here at Bristol because it's just a madhouse. I was very lucky that I was always the last car on the lead lap, and then I could kind of start in the back and then let things sort out. I know that saved me from getting in like 2 or 3 wrecks if I had been somewhere in the middle. If I had been a lap down and then had to restart in the middle of the pack, that would have been a disaster. Um, so that really worked out in my favor, being able to stay on the lead lap for so long. And then that big accident that took out a lot of front runners, like Mark Martin, especially Rudd. I think Bodine was probably ahead of me. I was running with Hillen. Kulwicki was ahead of me. Schrader was ahead of me, I think. So knocking out those guys, that helped a lot in the finishing order. All right, I want to look at a replay. Kind of want to see the incident with Mark Martin, that huge wreck on the back straightaway. There was a few huge wrecks in this race. You know, I wish I could see what lap they went out on, and then I could look at all the incidents. I don't remember when they all were. I want to say there was a car that was upside down at one point in a different wreck, and then there was the wreck here with Mark Martin. I think it was on like two. Okay, yeah, there he is, riding my bumper. Oh yeah, Kyle Petty was getting on the apron, making me all nervous. I wasn't sure what was going on. And then right there. Yeah, see, that took out a bunch of top cars. There's Kulwicki out, Mark Martin out. 33 was running in the back, but the 25 went out. Who was back here? There was someone else back here that went out. Was it Bill Elliott, I think? Yeah, okay, Bill Elliott went out. Let's see what happened here. Okay. Davey was getting into Phil Parsons here. Boy, that happened to me in that 86 Bristol race like twice. Oh, okay, so then Hillen just rams right into him, and he actually landed on top of Kulwicki. Then Mark Martin got involved in it, and then everyone got involved in it. But I was pretty lucky to get through this. Let's see here. I want to see this from my perspective. Where am I? Yeah, see, I'm right here with Mark Martin on my rear end, and then these three holding me up. And the 70 car was slow the whole race. Yeah, Kyle Petty freaking out. I wasn't sure what was going on. Yeah. Oh, God. I was lucky to get through all of that. And right here, normally, if I see a wreck like that, I just slam on the brakes and get low. And it's like, okay, if people just want to go around me, no big deal. I just want to keep my car clean. but I was trying to stay on the lead lap, and Mark Martin was right there behind me. So I didn't want to slow down too much. Yeah. That was very lucky. And that was lap 229. I mean, that changed the whole race after that. Let's see. The Rusty Wallace got in a pretty bad wreck. That would have been like... It was right when we were pitting, so I think it was right around 375. Because I wanted to do my last pit stop at 375. And he's going up to like past Mike Alexander. And somehow they both ended up in turn 4 against the wall. I've always felt like that. Yeah, okay. Okay, wait, what happened here? Okay, Sterling is getting into Darrell Waltrip. I've always felt like that Rusty Wallace car was kind of an oddball because when he was in the 27, in the late 80s, he was in the Kodiak car. And then for 1 year, he was in this like 27 MGD car. And then I'm pretty sure in 91, he was then in the 2 car. Yeah, I think in 91 he was in the 2 cars. So this 27 MGD car just always looked kind of weird to me. Same thing with this Allison car. In 1990, this Allison car just doesn't look iconic to me compared to his white one in like the late 80s and then the regular looking one in 92. All right, anyway. Okay, so Sterling gets into Darrell here. Darrell gets into Bill Elliott, and then, okay, Rusty just got a piece of that. He was fine. Was that the caution? I don't even think that was the caution. No, they're still green. Let's see, when was that? Because I had already done my pit stop by 386. Okay, he goes to pit. Okay, he got his damage repaired. See right there, the right side is clean. Right there, it's all busted up. So he stayed a little later in the pits to get the damage repaired. Comes out. Oh, okay. I thought they were friends. Darrell just clips him in the right rear. And he goes flipping. And then Mike Alexander hits him. Man. And, I was thinking about this in that last run. I think wait, Rusty's in 8th right there. Because I thought I was 2 laps down, but then when under caution, I ended up just 1 lap down. I'm in 5th. I beat Davey Allison. Was Davey the leader? Yeah. Okay. So I beat Davey to the line. So I guess that just kept me 1 lap down instead of 2. All right. I don't remember a lot of these other incidents. Michael Waltrip, he might have been the guy who was upside down on the back straightaway early in the race. Because I think it was a yellow car. Where is he? 30. If I could find this one. Okay, he went out on lap 110. Let's see here. Okay, Derek Cope. Derek Cope is flipping. With all these guys flipping. I feel like they flip more at Bristol than anywhere else, or maybe there's just more wrecks at Bristol. Yeah, Derek Cope. Yeah, Mark Martin got in the 75. Yeah, when they get hit like T-boned, they always end up flipping. That happens at Dover too when they wreck in turn 3 and then they slide down the track and just get T-boned. But where did Michael Waltrip go out? He's still racing. Oh, okay. So this is, I think, an issue with the, I don't know, but the AI line, or the Bristol AI by AI Line Mod, it used a bunch of NASCAR 4 LP files to make it so they use the pit roads independently. Typically, they handle it just fine, even when it gets really congested, like cars are coming off pit road on one pit road and then going in on the other one. But I noticed this in the 86 race. This happened like once to Jeff Bodine at the very beginning of the race. This happened to him, where they just kind of get stuck like this. And so Michael Waltrip can't really get down, and he just ends up going straight on into the wall. Because right here, Sterling Marlin is not trying to pit, so he should be staying behind him. But they slow up a whole bunch under caution, and then it's like they're just, Marlin's trying to get back up, and Michael Waltrip's trying to get on pit road, and Marlin just basically runs him right into the end of the pit road. And there's me right there. I remember seeing that. So it seems to happen early in the race. Maybe when there's a lot of cars, and so you just run into that more often. But I didn't really see that anywhere else in the race, and I didn't see it anywhere else in the race in the 86 race except for Jeff Bodine in like the first 30 laps or something. So it's rare, but I think it does happen. It could just be my track. I don't know. All right, I exported it. I saved it. Done. Davey wins it, and Davey won this race in real life. All right, let's look at the real race here. Oh, that's 94. 1990. I watched this race a couple of nights ago. This was a classic race. They played it in the ESPN2 marathons back on New Year's Day in 1998. They had 13 cautions. Basically, the problem, they were having problems with the track. They put a sealer down, and all the cars, like, they couldn't run in the bottom lane. So the whole race, the cars are running in the high groove. I remember thinking how weird it was to me back then when I saw it, because in the Bristol races I had seen in like the mid 90s, it was always a race to get to the bottom of the track and then stay on the bottom, or else you get up high and then you get freight trained by everyone. But in this race, it was completely opposite. The bottom of the track was all slippery coming off the turns. And right at the beginning of the race, Earnhardt spun himself out coming off turn 2. Ernie Irvan spun himself out, and Bill Elliott spun himself out. And so it was kind of like after that, everyone was telling their drivers, like, hey, just don't even try to go on the low side, just stay up high. And so the whole rest of the race, they just drove the high lane. But yeah, but Michael Waltrip, this was the day after he had his really horrible wreck at Bristol when he hit the gate. He ended up finishing 20th. I'm surprised he even raced it. I mean, you would think they'd be like, hey, Michael, why don't you sit this one out? But I don't know how they did it, but they just jumped out there, or jumped in the race, like, even after having a horrifying crash like that. And then towards the end, Mark Martin and Darrell Waltrip, they were the faster cars during the race. And then at the very end, or with what was it, lap 394? Yeah, okay. This caution right here, this last caution, 391 to 393, Davey Allison stayed out on the track because he was pitting on the back straightaway. And it was always a disadvantage having to pit on the backstretch. And so if you pit under caution on the backstretch, you always lost those positions. And you would come out at the end of the lead lap or the last car on the lead lap. So he just stayed out on that caution and led the whole rest of the race. Really, I mean, Mark Martin had a faster car. I'm sure Ricky Rudd probably had a faster car. Marlin had a faster car. Waltrip had a faster car, but they couldn't pass him because you couldn't drive the low lane. So they just kind of were stuck behind him. And at one point, I think with probably like maybe 30, 40 laps to go, Mark Martin was kind of trying to make attempts to pass Davey, but in doing so, he almost let Sterling Marlin get to his high side. So Mark Martin just kind of decided like, all right, I'm not even going to try that anymore. I'm just going to wait for the last lap, come off turn 4, and just do a drag race down the straightaway and see if I can get him right at the checkered flag. So he just followed Davey Allison for the last like 30 laps or so. And then on the last lap, Ricky Rudd tried to pass Sterling Marlin, spun him out, and the fans were not happy about that because I'm guessing because Sterling Marlin's from Tennessee. And so Ricky Rudd spinning him out, they weren't happy, and they started throwing beer cans and stuff at Ricky Rudd after the race. At least they waited till after the race to throw beer cans at him. And then Sterling, after the race, just walked straight into Ricky Rudd's holler. They didn't have it on TV. He just walked in, so they must have had a little chat. But yeah, then right off turn 4, Mark Martin went low. They had a little drag race, and Davey Allison ended up winning by 8 inches. One of the closest finishes in NASCAR history, though honestly, it shouldn't have been that close. The only reason Davey won was because you just simply couldn't pass on the bottom lane. And so Mark Martin basically just sat there and waited to the last lap to make his move. And it almost paid off. And there's Chad Little. He didn't qualify, so that's why I drove his car. Yeah, but there was a lot of attrition. Yeah, I was looking at this the other night. So, like, the last guy running was Phil Parsons, 158 laps down. So he spent some time in the garage. But even like 13th place was 12 laps down. 12th was 11 laps down. 11th was 7 laps down. And then 10th. So really, there was only like 10 competitive cars in the race running at the end. Everyone else had damage. Dale Jarrett was involved in like 2 different wrecks. So a lot of these cars were all busted up and stuff. Ernie Irvan had his spin. I think he wrecked twice. Bill Elliott had his spin. Earnhardt had a spin, etc. All right. Well, if anyone checks out that race, thank you so much for checking it out. I had a great time running that race. I'm pretty proud of it. That was a great race. I think that might be my favorite race on this channel so far. So thank you so much for checking it out. That's it for this one.